Welcome back to another video of the OOPS series. So today what we are going to do is we are going to write the first Java program, okay, based on OOPS. Okay, so we are going to look after the classes and objects. We are going to step by step do the coding, and from theory to working application is what we are going to understand in this video. So it is going to be very interesting, and everything we are going to understand in detail. Okay, so let's move forward. So the core philosophy that of OOPS is the data and action, and that is the state and behavior basically. So these will be the object variables, and these will be the object, the functions, the methods. Okay, so that makes the object. So models real world entities, bundles state and behavior, and keeps the code modular. In the previous video also we have looked after the classes and objects, right? Today we are going to understand it more better. So let's move forward. What we are going to do is our destination for today is creating a virtual robot. Now do not get too excited looking at the robot. We are not going to build a robot, but we are going to just write a very simple, OOPS based Java program, and we are going to understand it. So what we are going to do over here, this is a virtual robot. We are going to define the entity. We will give a unique identity to this entity, and we will have a command by which it is going to speak. So it is just going to print a message basically like this. Hello, my name is Sparky. This is what we are going to print on the screen. Okay, this is what we are going to do today. This is going to be the first program. So as I said in the previous video about classes and objects. So what are classes? Classes are basically the blueprint. It is just a blueprint. It doesn't have a physical existence. So obviously the same applies to the robot as well. So how the robot is going to look like? What will be the the attributes of the robot? So it is a template. A class is just a template which will just set the rules for the creation. And we are going to have some variables which we call it as object variables. Okay, understand that in Java, classes, they do not consume any kind of memory. Now what I mean by that is, if you're really new to coding, so you should know this, that whenever we write a program, a simple Java program, what happens is that program is loaded into the memory. Now which memory are we referring to? We are referring to the random access memory, because every program is loaded onto the memory, that is the RAM, and then it gets executed. So the Java program and the variables, everybody gets the space in the memory, and from there it goes to the processor and then it gets executed. Now this is something that you should know as a beginner. Okay, so when we declare a variable, we are when we give some data to a variable, it gets the memory location in the memory. But class do not get any memory. They do not consume any memory because they are not the real entity. They are simply a blueprint and nothing more than that. So we are also going to defines the behavior, what the entity does, and that is methods. Okay, now let us move forward. This is the object. Now what is an object? See, this was the blueprint, and from this blueprint we created the object, which are the real entities, right? We can consider these as a robot toy. So this was just a blueprint, and from this blueprint they created so many robots. So there are 3 robots that we created. These are real objects, concrete instance, and these, when we talk about Java, they are going to get the memory location. Objects, they get the memory location. Classes do not get memory location. Okay, they are concrete. They are created directly from the class. They are created from the class. They hold actual unique values. They hold the data. They have the methods, and they exist physically in the system memory. As I said before, okay, they hold the data. They have a block of code that has been assigned to these objects. If there are three objects, so all three objects gets the space in the memory. Okay. So this is about the classes and objects. In the first video also I have told this very clearly. Let us move forward. Just a table for you comparing the blueprint and the reality. Nature is abstract concept. This is just a concept, whereas this is the concrete reality when we create the objects. Purpose is we only define the overall structure, what kind of data it is going to hold and what will be the behavior. That is just a structure that we design. But this actually holds the data because they get a block of code is assigned in the memory, specific data. Memory takes zero memory space, understand it. Whereas objects, they consume actual memory. Analogy has been used, that is a cookie cutter and the physical cookies. Okay, forget about this. The first three you should be, concerned about. Okay, you should be very much clear about. That is the nature, purpose, and the memory. Okay. Now what we need to do is, just a minute. Now what we need to do is, okay. Yeah. So we are going to write the first Java program, right? So that's the anatomy of Java class. Understand this. How to define a class? This is how to define a class with the help of class keyword. So this is a keyword. Now what are keywords? Keywords are reserved word. If you have learned about the basic Java, every programming language has the keyword. They have the keywords. So class is a keyword, and then followed by the name of the class. So what is going to be the name of the class? So obviously it's going to be a robot. So I'm going to give the name as robot. Okay. And then the curly brackets, opening and closing curly brackets. And then we will have the state, that is the data and the behavior. So as you can see over here, declaration, naming our blueprint. So basically what we are doing over here is we are giving a name to the blueprint, that is robot. And this is the syntax that you need to follow. Okay, this opening and closing, these are the boundaries. Everything inside belongs to the robot. This curly bracket, opening and closing. Inside that is the body about for the state and the behavior. That is, state means the object variables, and behavior means the functions, methods. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to learn, how to define a class with the help of the class. Name of the class, this is user defined. As per the naming, how to define a variable name. As per that, you can have that. Okay. Let's move forward. This is going to be the robot class. This is how it is going to look. Now we are going to go to VS Code as well. I'm going to type this in the VS Code and I'm going to show you. Okay. Now, very important is to understand is this is the class robot, and then this is the body that we define. Now what is this body? And what is there inside the body is one variable, that is string name. Name is a variable of type strings because we're going to store the name of the robot in this variable. But these are not simple variables. These are object variables. Understand that whenever we have a class, inside that class, whatever variables we have, okay, those are object variables most of the time. Okay, over here, this is an object variable. There is another one that is a class variable. We are going to look at that in the future, but this is an object variable, not inside the function. Now there is one function over here, void, say hello, and just a print message. And you can see I've used the same variable name over here, that is name. Can you see that? Okay. Why? Because this is an object variable I used over here. This is this is basically a method. What is a method basically? It is a function. Okay, it is a function which belongs to a particular class. So any function that belongs to a class is called as method. Many people get confused. It's a method, it's a function. It is a function inside a class, so we call it as a method. That is the behavior. So we define the behavior with the help of the methods, which is a function of the class. Okay, and this function, okay, this function is going to use that object variable over here. Okay. Now, these are not normal functions and this is not a normal variable. They belong to a class robot. So these are called as object variables and these are the object methods. You can say that. Okay. If I declare any variable inside this function, that variable will be a normal variable. But whatever comes immediately after the class, you have that name of the class. Whatever comes inside the class, this variable is not inside this. Please understand this. This is inside the class. These two belongs to this class. So this is an object variable. You need to make this concept very much clear right now. Okay. So let's move forward. Then we are going to write a main class. Now this is also a class, but it is going to have the main function. As you know, if you know the basics of Java, that every Java program starts with the main function and it is a static function. So this is another class which is going to have the main function and nothing more than that. So this is going to be the entry point. And what we are doing over here, can you see that we are creating an object, and this is something that you need to keep in mind, make it very much clear that this is how we create an object. Robot, what is robot? Robot is the name of the class. This is the class that I created, right? Name of the class was robot. So the same thing, robot is the name of the class. My robot is the name that I have given to the object variable. It can be anything, R, A, B, C, my robot, robot 1, robot 2. This is just a variable name, nothing more than that. And then we say equal to, that is the assignment operator, new robot. This new is very important. It helps to, assign the memory location. The magic word allocates memory and physically builds the object. This new keyword builds the object. So what is a new keyword? It helps to build the object. It helps to create the object. And you might have come across the same thing that we use. For example, if you have used the scanner object. So how do we create a scanner object? We say scanner, which is a class. Now that class belongs to Java, but the syntax is same. We say scanner, then sc is equal to, that is just a name, and new scanner. Over here, this robot is something that I created, the class. So robot, name of the, the name of the object is equal to new robot. Same thing, right? So this is the main function. Now over here, very important is the dot. Okay, let me just move forward over here. This is the robot class. This is how it is going to look like. Okay, and this is the main class. Now in the main class, you can see I created the object variable, that is my robot. This is just one object. We can create multiple objects, but right now this is just one object. And I said my robot dot. Now that dot is a kind of a remote control. What is dot? A kind of a remote control to access the object variable and the methods of the class. So I'm saying, means not of the class, I mean of the object. So I'm saying my robot dot name. So with that dot, I'm going to access the name, which is the object variable, right? And I'm going to assign the value, that is Sparky. So what did I do over here? To the object variable that was name, I assigned the value Sparky. And then what I did is I called the function. This is a function call. My robot dot. Now I'm accessing the function, which is method dot say hello. And what is this going to do? This is going to call to this function. Now what happens in the memory is my robot will be a memory block where the name will have the value Sparky. And when I call this, what it is going to do? It is going to print hello, my name is, and the variable object variable name. What value have we given? That is Sparky. So it is going to print Sparky, right? So compiling, and this is what we are going to get. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to VS Code. Let us switch to VS Code and we will type the same program. Over here, as you can see, I have created two files, that is robot.java and main.java. So let me first type, that is class, then robot, and then this is the body of the class. Then first is the object variable, whatever comes inside the class. Can you see? This is inside the class. So this is going to be the object variable. Okay, and then I will say void and say hello, and then this is the function, right? This is the function. So I will simply say system, and over here I will say hello, my name is, and then plus, that is the object variable name. That's it. So say hello is the method and name is the object variable. So simple. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go to main. So this is going to be the main function. So I will say main, and do remember this main, I've just the name of the class, and this M is capital. Do keep this as capital. Do not keep this as small. Okay, otherwise it will create a problem, because this is going to have public static void, and that the main function. It is going to have the main function. Now what can I do? I can create an object. So what is the name of the class? Robot. I will say R1. Okay, it can be any name, and then I will say new, again robot, and then semicolon. Then I can give a name, to the robot using that object variable. So I'm going to access that using that dot, and I will say Sparky and semicolon, and then I will give a call to the function, that is say hello. That's it. How do we run? Now I'm inside the Java folder. I created this folder in the C colon. So all these files are inside the folder. Okay. So I'm just going to save this. Let me come to main, because every Java program starts from the main function. So this is the file that I'm going to run. Okay. So what is the command? Java C, and then I'm going to say main.java, right? So it is going to compile, and then only type Java and main, and that's it. Here we go. We have the output. Hello, my name is Sparky. As I said, we can create multiple objects. So can I create another object? Yes, that is R2 is equal to new robot, right? So I created another object, and then this was the first. So I will give name to another object like R2.name. So we can have another robot, and I can give a female name, that is Sia. That's the name of the robot. And then if I say R2.say hello. Okay. Now you can see if you run this program, let me just go and run this program and Java. Okay. Let me just come over here. Now at this point, it is not showing the output because we did not saved the program. Now I saved the program. So let me just clear this and compile it, and then simply run it. And there we go. Hello, my name is Sparky. Hello, my name is Sia. So we created two objects, and you can see this is the name that I given to the first object, and this is the name that I gave to the second object. And then I called the first, the say hello method of the first robot, and the second robot, then I gave the call, right? That is Sia. So we created multiple objects out of the same blueprint. Okay. So I hope that this video was very much useful for you. And we are going to take a lot of examples so that the concepts will be very much clear to you. Thank you so much.